Hey guys, my name is AJ. I'm with a band called Montana Sand. We're a country project out of Colorado and Austin, Texas. I am going to be teaching you a little bit about the guitar today. So we're gonna start out from the top, kind of like you've never played before. The strings start out with E, A, D, G, B, E. Every acid dealer gets busted eventually. I learned that in 8th grade in public school. Okay. Next thing that I'm gonna teach you is a little bit about some theory. So in music we have whole steps and half steps. So half step would be just going up the fretboard like this. And a whole step would be more like that's what the sound difference sounds like. A half step means there's no space between notes, and a whole step means there's like it skips a space kind of. So for example, I'll just like shout out the names of the strings as we go so it makes more sense. So it goes E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, B sharp, C, C sharp, D, and then E. So that's the low E string, and then we'll do the A string, because the two strings that you need to know the most about are the E and the A, the two lowest tones. When I say low, like I mean as in tone, not as in like relative to like where you are on the, not like this is the lowest because it sounds the lowest, like as far as pitch and frequency. So now moving on to the A string, it'd be A. This makes more sense. A would be easier to remember because like the alphabet, it kind of goes up, but instead of like A, B, C, D, there's sharps, which sucks, and flats. So like a sharp would be where it's raised a half step, and a flat would be where it's lowered a half step. So like if you're going down, then you would say flats, but if you're going up, you would say sharps. So you go A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, E sharp, E, F. Oh, that's one thing to mention. Between B and C, there's no sharps or flats, and between E and F, there's no sharps and flats. That's the one thing you need to memorize in music. Because I almost messed that up. I was like, E sharp, F. E sharp doesn't exist. It's just F. Okay. When you see a double dot on the fretboard here, that means you've reached the octave. So I can have a low E or a high E. There we go. Yeah. So there's the octave. Another good way to tune, actually, that I'll teach you is using the 5th fret. So as you can see, there's dots on here for reference. The 5th fret is the first dot. The second dot. So what you want to do is you want to hit your low E and then fret the A string on the 5th fret. Actually fret the E string on the 5th fret. And then you can hear the tone and see if they sound the same. And then you fret, now, what I said before, you fret the A string on the 5th string. And and those two want to sound the same. So you do 5th fret, A string, open, D. And then you would do 5th fret, D string, open G. G is a little weird because you would do G 4th fret to match B. And then on the B string, you would do the 5th fret again, so to match E. So let me come closer so it makes more sense. So this is the 5th fret E string. 5th fret E string is equivalent to open A. 5th fret, excuse me, I can't speak. 5th fret A is equivalent to open D. 5th fret D is equivalent to open G. So you're just moving up in tonality as far as the strings. And then, oh, this is the tricky one. Then you do 4th fret. Every S and D gets G string, open B. 5th fret B string, open E. So I'll show you how to do it. So it's like. That's how you tune without a tuner. All you need is your low E, because I could go. And you can match the pitch with your ear. It's a lot harder, but like if you ever get screwed and you don't have a tuner, that's how you can tune. Okay. So you want to memorize, like I was saying, the fret numbers with the dots, because then you can memorize patterns. So like once I start memorizing the dots, then I can memorize like a major scale. The major scale, we'll do A major. It would be A, B, C, C. That's a C. Oh, sorry, hold on. Where am I? G. Oh, this is A. Oh, C sharp. God damn it. So you would do A, B, C sharp, D, E, F, G sharp, A sharp, A flat. And then you'd go G flat, E, D, B, C, D flat, B, A. So that would be the names of the notes. You don't really need to know the names though. Like you can just hear it and then memorize the tone. So like when I play a major scale, I can do this pattern. Like that. So that's the major scale. That's what it sounds like. That's more for ear training. I'm not expecting, if you're a beginner, to memorize the major scale. It's just so that you can kind of hear what it sounds like, and then that way in the future you can move forward with your playing guitar, because as soon as you know the major scale, that opens a lot of doors for theory. Okay, so there's 7 notes in a major scale, and the 8th note is an octave. I can put the tab for a major scale. I can put like a link to it in the bio or something if you want to learn it. It's helpful. And let's see, I have a demo of a piano here because I learned on piano, so it's easier to It's easier to do theory on piano because everything's laid out for you. If you want to learn theory on guitar, I would start with learning just the A string like I had taught earlier. That's because in my mind, the alphabet kind of correlates to music and mathematics. You kind of start to talk in numbers sometimes in music, but you can also do notation and letters, I guess. You could learn from sheet music too if you want like a book. But also if you want to just subscribe to my channel, like this video, you can do that as well. And I will be posting more lessons soon. We are gonna post more lessons with like tritones, cage system, Nashville number system, and what was the last thing I was gonna do? Circle of fifths. These are all things that I'm working on, but it helps me learn when I teach others. So thanks for joining my channel today, and I hope you learned a little something about the guitar.